Hi, it's Lauren, and today I'm at the Indianapolis Zoo. You're here for this fundraiser to raise money for a vet scan unit that not only goes towards the penguins, but many animals here at the Indianapolis Zoo. I'm going to be showing you footage from 3 different interviews of key people here at the zoo. Dr. Proudfoot, Mr. Crowther, and Tamara King. Now let's get going to our first guest.
Jeff Proudfoot, I'm the veterinarian here at the Indianapolis Zoo. Vet scan unit analyzes either serum or plasma, and it analyzes a number of chemistry tests that help us to evaluate an animal's body function. So it can do evaluate liver function, kidney function, etc. All types. There's not any type that we can't analyze, and that's the other huge benefit of the machine. Now there are some built-in standards for domestic animals, but we're able to still do the analysis on any species that we have here at the zoo. Nice part of this machine is it allows us to do these chemistry tests in-house, so we don't have to be delayed by having the tests run at an outside laboratory. So while we still have the animal here in the hospital or maybe immobilized somewhere here on grounds, we can analyze the blood and determine a treatment plan or determine the health status of the animal right there while we're working on them. The other benefit is that it can analyze very small samples, and so that's especially helpful for some of the small birds and lizards or neonatal animals that we might be collecting blood from.
I'm Megan Duncan. I'm one of the RVTs here at the Indianapolis Zoo, and I'm one of 3 people that usually runs this machine. So we have 3 types of rotors that we run. We have our standard comprehensive panel, which we use on all of our mammals here. For some of our larger mammals, such as our elephants and rhinos, we also have a large animal profile, which has additional tests that we don't normally check on some of our smaller species. However, if there's a certain test that one of the veterinarians wants that's not on our comprehensive, that's on here, we can run it on our mammals. And then for all of our birds and reptiles, we use the reptile and avian rotor. And so basically what we'll do, and all the rotors look essentially the same, and you would open the machine to run the rotor. And I have a demo one here. So the rotors look like this once they're out of the packaging. They need to be refrigerated normally. So once we run it, we'll take a small sample of either serum or heparinized blood, and we'll put it into this very small hole. We'll place it in the machine here, and we'll close the door, and it will run the test, and we can put in the identification number. All the animals here at the zoo have an individual identification number, so we can tell who it is, and then it'll run. It takes about 15 minutes to go. We'll print out a card, and that way we'll have all the results printed out on a card, and we can get it to the veterinarian right away.
You can't really do anything until you understand it, and that's the general public, whether they are making a decision to recycle or to sign a petition to protect an area or to support a program. Zoos are really effective at helping people understand the basics, but even more than understanding, of making it become a part of who they are. One of the great things about zoos is that people usually start visiting them when they're very young. And so if you start visiting us when you're 2 or 3 years old and you continue doing it through the time you're a teenager and then an adult, then we become a part of who you are. And as you make life decisions, then we can have an influence on those life decisions. That's really important when 50% of the mammals in the world are on track to become extinct in the next 25 years. 50% of the mammals in the world are on track to become extinct in the next 25 years. What we're really going to do here is we're going to continue to build on our paradigm of engage, enlighten, and empower. And engaging people means that we get people's attention and we get their interest. And that gives us the opportunity then to enlighten them, which is to teach them something that maybe they didn't know before. And then to empower them means to give them ownership of the issues so that even when they leave us here, they can go off into their own lives and still follow this road of conservation and support for the natural world. So the kind of exhibits that we're going to do here will be the kind of exhibits that do a better job, create a better connection between engaging people and then enlightening them and then finally empowering them.
I'm Tamara, and I'm an aquarist here at the Indianapolis Zoo. I will clean up after these guys. I do diet prep, we feed them. We also do enrichment. We give them the fun stuff like bubbles and toys and then make sure they're healthy. I also help cover the other areas of the building, so, you know, I'll work with the sharks and the rays and the fish and the eel and everything else. So, because it helps, you know, sustain the populations in captivity. We don't collect them from the wild anymore. We want to breed them so we can keep these guys in captivity for years to come. So people, maybe your children one day can enjoy these guys. So you also want people in the future to learn about rockhoppers. You don't want them to go extinct. I was inspired at a young age. I've always loved animals. I've always wanted to save them. Like, I'm very big into conservation. So at a very young age, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to help, spend my days taking care of animals and sharing my passion with everyone. 4 fertile rockhopper eggs right now that are due in a few weeks. So hopefully, this is the first year. This is the start of the breeding season. So we're in the middle of it. So we haven't had any hatch yet. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got some good looking eggs right now. We get like 20 rockhopper eggs every year, and each egg needs its own. It needs like its own humidity and like temperatures are the same, but each egg requires different parameters. So when you were able to donate that awesome incubator for the first year, we were able to have 2 incubators set up with different humidities so we can move them back and forth so we can accommodate more eggs. And then the following year you donated money to help us buy a bunch of stuff for the penguin chicks, so for hand rearing stuff. So we didn't have any of that, which it was amazing. So we could have stuff set aside just for penguin breeding itself. So you've increased our chances of successfully hatching out rockhoppers and successfully hand rearing them.
Thank you so much for watching and donating and coming out today to my fundraiser. And remember that you can make a difference, not only in penguins' lives, but any animal.